Okay, so this is my third video on the subject of the Hong Kong protests, and I want to make it because I've just watched the headlines on CNN, and they showed a segment whereby the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman, Miss Chen Ying, I didn't see the first part of her name, but she was warning against foreign interference and sort of aggressively saying Hong Kong is part of China, Hong Kong is part of China. I really think the CCP is not quite getting this. They seem to think that this is about Hong Kong breaking away from China or some sort of Western plot to take back Hong Kong. If by foreign interference she means covering the event, well, tough. That's the job of reporters to do, to cover important events. But to me, this just demonstrates extreme arrogance of Chinese communist officials. They think they can do whatever they want, so they think that because Hong Kong is part of China, they have a right to trample the basic freedoms of people of Hong Kong, just like they do with the rest of China. And it makes me pretty angry, actually, that they can't just grasp it. They can't grasp that the reason these protests are happening is their own fault, because they betrayed their promises. They said clearly that by 2017 the people of Hong Kong would have full universal suffrage. Now they're going back on that by saying that the candidates are going to be handpicked by Beijing. That's an absolute sham. It won't be an election, it'll be a farce. So earlier on I said that I didn't entirely support the tactics of the protesters, but this just underscores the point that I really do understand and support the sentiments behind it, because when you have a territory that has relative freedom, relative democracy, and they know a very powerful single-party regime is trying to force communism onto them, then hell, of course you would protest against that. I think you'd be pretty irresponsible not to have some concern about it. And you know, people will say, oh, democracy is not perfect. Do you always get what you want in multi-party states? No, we don't. But the fundamental point is we have a choice. So people have power because they have a choice as to who they choose. They can dictate who will be the leader of a country. Whereas in the situation in Hong Kong, and what the CCP is basically proposing is we will approve of who you choose. That's a farce, and it's certainly not democratic. So I'm pretty pissed off. Her attitude just demonstrates the attitude of the entire Chinese Communist Party, which is, in my opinion, one of the most arrogant, dishonest and repressive regimes in the world. And I've been in debates with Chinese people who have said, look, they've done good things as well. I know they have, but what I resent is the fact that they completely gloss over the bad things and only show the good things. And right now the protests in Hong Kong are being censored on the mainland, which only shows how scared they are of people finding out that actually there's a lot of Hong Kongers don't like this. And it's just profoundly arrogant.